Yes.
So, here, let me give you a sentence. The machine was so powerful, it blew up New York City.
Oh, no.
So,
What
base
could powerful mean?
it probably means it's like really strong.
Exactly.
And
It was able
powerful,
to
if you
blow
know
up
what
New York
power
City.
means, it's full of power.
Exactly. So thank you, Daniel. Exactly. So we use the words and the sentences around the word to figure out what the word means. And those sentences and those words around that specific word that you don't know is called the context, right? We're trying to understand, you know, where this word is coming from. So we are able to then define it. In math, we learned about area and volume by finding the missing side of, well, we found area. We had area, we had to find the missing side of the irregular rectangular prism, right? And then we had, no, the area of a rectangle and the volume of a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is a 3D shape. Any questions about those two? I think you guys did wonderful in those lessons. I would say after fractions, that was the hardest fifth grade topic. And I think you guys did a great job. How did you guys feel about it? Volume and area.
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
I mean, go ahead. All right, I'll just say something. So basically, volume has to do with a three-dimensional state,
Mhm.
and then area has to do with a two-dimensional shape.
Mhm.
So
Good.
basically, area, volume, and volume are basically equal. It's just whether it's a three-dimensional shape or two-dimensional shape.
Yeah.
So if I have a square, I would measure in area. If I had a cube, I would measure in whatever volume. Yeah.
We would measure volume. Very good. And who remembers the formula for area? Somebody else that's not Daniel, because you participated. And Sophia, you can participate, yes?
Length times width equals
Oh,
area.
very good. Can somebody else tell me the formula for volume?
Length times width times height.
Awesome. Very good. Guys are ready. In the EOGs, they will give you those formulas. But it's very good to remember. That way you understand the relationship between in the shape and what you have to do to get the whole thing. In science, we reviewed force and motion. I would say force and motion is a difficult topic, but the most important thing that you should always try to remember are the three laws and the formulas for speed, time, and distance. Does anyone want to go ahead and try to remember the formula for distance? Juliana.
I was just gonna say I can't see your shared presentation.
Oh,
Neither can I.
I think
what
I
do you
did.
guys see?
I
It
see.
says it says that you started screen sharing. Double double click to see full screen, but it doesn't actually show what you're sharing.
What do you see here?
Oh,
I
it works. It works.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So force and motion, important things. Newton's three laws of force and motion, and the formulas. Not necessarily to plug in numbers and do it, but just understanding to get this, I need to know this and that. So does anyone want to attempt the formula for distance?
I can.
Sims.
I think the formula for distance is speed and times time equals distance.
Yeah, so for, very good. So time, let's go look at them. I think it's important for all to review them. Oh, I should have stayed there. Can you see my share screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This. Too fast.
Is there a girl named Rowan Daniel in our class?
There is. Why?
I met her mom the other day at my dad's store.
Oh, cool. There is, and she actually is great. She is a super good student, even though you guys haven't seen her in the Zooms.
She
Okay.
She
Uh-huh.
was in my school a little bit ago.
Oh,
And I
really?
think she was in my Girl Scout troop a long time ago too.
Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna see this video and see that we were talking about her.
She was in Sophia's class.
Who was in Sophia's class?
In 4th grade, Rowan was in
Uh,
Sophia's
do you
class.
know Rowan Sims?
Yeah, she was in my class last year.
Okay. Well, hi, Rowan, if you see this video. All right, so we have speed, which is distance over time. This bar here means division. You divide the distance by the time that it took, and that will give you the speed. Distance, I would like to think of this as the easy one, speed times time. Very good, Sims. And the formula for time is distance over speed, or distance divided by speed. And this triangle right here is a good way to remember, because distance is always over time or over speed. Look at this. Distance is over time and distance over speed. So it helps you remember that you divide distance by time to get speed, or you divide distance by speed to get time, or you multiply these two to get distance. Cool, right? Yeah, so D is over S or T, distance over time or distance over speed, and S times T equals distance. All right, you will also have this in your EOGs. They will give you the formulas. The important thing is that you remember the relationship between those concepts.
And if you think about it, logistically, if you think about it in the rules of math, if it's multipliable, it's divisible. If it's divisible, it's multipliable.
Exactly, they're opposites of each other. So they are related. Okay. Social studies, we did expansion and growth. We actually finished that whole section this week, which is great because now we are moving into something else. Any questions about expansion and growth? Anything cool you learned that you want to share? No? Okay. The new Zoom schedule, we have that. We meet at 10:30 or 11, and we meet at 1 p.m. on Fridays. On Monday, we will do constructed responses. So I'm going to teach you what they're expecting of you when you have to write for the ELA EOG. I'm not sure if they're going to have a writing part, but it's better to be prepared. So we're going to go over constructed responses. We're going to continue working on your biography. You're going to write your first three body paragraphs, not first three paragraphs, 3 body paragraphs. And then how is the biography so far? Questions? Good.
I like
Daniel, you
mine.
had a question?
Next time, so next time, next time we're doing with the first and are we doing like the first body paragraph or when is the next section?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit the 3 body paragraphs next week.
All right.
I'll probably split it like in 2 days. We start the first one. On that second day, we'll start the second one. Then we'll start the third one the next day, and I'll just have everything due by Friday. If I need to, good Daniel. If I need to, then we'll go over it the weekend. Let me tell you a little secret. I want you guys to do really well on this biographies because I want it to be practice for you. Because for the end of year projects, I want you to write an autobiography of obviously yourself, right? Autobiography. I want you guys to write about your lives. So start thinking about it. If you do a good job in the biography, autobiography is going to be super easy for you.
And I had when I was showing these books because I've been going through these to study for the EOGs. Now, which one's the EOG mathematics? It is pretty hard, I must say. There's a couple things I'm stuck on and I've missed, but that has a lot of written stuff in it, believe it or not.
The math one has written stuff.
It has a lot of it. Now this, the ELA, this is just pure multiple choice. Like
Multiple choice.
Just multiple choice questions.
Okay.
Well, I don't think every EOG is the same though, so it might have some. Maybe it's less, but it might still have some.
It may have one or two, but I mean, this is the 2017 book, and every kid's tests are different based on their grades and stuff. Not every kid, but there's going to be a couple different tests depending on each kid's grades because I remember that from 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
But in this book, there's no written stuff.
I'm not sure what this year's. I mean, because of COVID, I know it's not going to be the same exactly. But I do want to teach you the constructed responses just in case. Okay. All right. Then biography. Like I said, this is a preparation for you to write your autobiographies. And that's going to be your end of year project. And I want it to be really cool. And then science, we are going to review multi and unicellular organisms. So we'll do something like we did this week, but with multi and unicellular organisms, and we'll go over some of the GOE questions. And for social studies, we're starting the Cherokee Nation. And I'm excited to learn about that. Okay. Any other questions or comments about this?
For Girl Scouts, we're going to like Cherokee on like a 1-day trip, so that'll be cool.
You're going to or you went?
We're going to. We went before, but we're going again.
Oh, okay. You can teach us. Graduation, it will be, should have pulled that up. End of year calendar. June 9th at 11 a.m. will be your graduation. June 9th at 11 a.m. virtually. Okay. And please, if you haven't, please tell your parents to send me the headshot.
Do you also want a baby photo?
No, because not all parents have baby photos of their kids, and I just don't think it's fair that we won't have all of the kids.
How do you not have baby photos of your kid?
Sometimes you lose them. You know what happened to my husband? Where they lived, they had everything in a basement. They had the pictures in a basement and it flooded. And so, I mean, he does have some, but that were able to be saved, but most of his pictures were just damaged.
Yeah, most of when I was younger, most of it like every Christmas and my birthdays are on the video camera.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. So today, what are your goals for now until the end of the year? I want you to think about it. You're going to answer that question here. And also think about this quote. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. What does that mean? Sophia and then Daniel. Shayla, you want to share? Okay.
You have, I think it means that you have to work hard to get success. You can't just take the easy way and press a button. You've got to climb up the stairs and work hard to get to success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, go ahead and add on.
So that basically means like, you know what? You can't be lazy. You gotta work hard. You really gotta work hard because life isn't as easy as pushing two buttons and getting to the high rise where the helicopter is.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take the stairs because you can't really trip in an elevator, but you're gonna trip on the stairs.
Yeah. I have a story, and I might have told this to you, but it would be perfect for this quote. I believe it was right before going to high school. No, right before going to college. I was not, math was not my favorite subject. I did really great in reading, science, social studies, and every other subject but math. And I didn't have a good teacher because the teacher left and then they had a bunch of substitutes. And so the substitutes were teaching us, but I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't motivated and I thought I could get away with it. Then I passed to college and I almost got accepted to the college I wanted to, but they told me, well, I didn't get accepted to the college I wanted to. And I went to appeal the decision and I said, no, I want to come here. What do I have to do? They said, well, your grades are great, except your math grades. And so I negotiated with them and they told me, if you pass this test and remediate math and you get a really good grade on this test, we might accept you. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I had to spend my summer between high school and college going to a 6-hour class from Monday through Friday, 6 hours of math, Monday through Friday for my summer. I know.
Just math?
Yeah, just math, just high school algebra math.
How much math is there to learn to spend 6 hours every week?
I know. There was a lot to learn. There was a lot to learn. I had to remediate. So
That's 36 hours a week for 2 months.
can you believe that?
So
So
that's
what's the lesson I learned?
so here, let me do the math.
There is really no elevator to success. I thought I could just get away with it, but I couldn't, right? So it took me to do all of that, and I finally got into the college I wanted to.
You spent 216 hours in that classroom.
Can you believe that? All right, so you guys don't do what Miss Yanos did. Take the stairs always. Even if it takes a little longer, the jumps become easier and easier each time. All right.
But
Any
I don't wanna walk
questions?
upstairs at a hotel.
What did you say?
I don't want to walk up the fire escape route at the hotel.
All right. Any other questions about this week, next week, end of the year?
Will I be here for the biography? Because I really want to do it, but I probably won't be here.
The biography or autobiography?
Autobiography.
Oh, you have to do it. It'll count for your report card. Well, I haven't assigned it yet, but I'm gonna assign it with time for you to finish before the last report card grade.
Well, I'm leaving the 3rd. Remember, I'm
Oh,
done.
you're gonna have it before the 3rd.
Okay. Yay.
So this biography is the preparation for me to say, all right, this is what you learned. Go and write an autobiography. Okay? That's why I want you guys to do a good job with the biography. Okay. Any other questions? All right, that is all. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Monday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.